Om Sri Sai Ram, Om Sri Sai Nadhaya Namaha, Om Sri Sai Parabrahmane Namaha. Gita Sugita. Today we will talk about the how Gita was relayed to us by Lord Sri Krishna and what is the significance of this Bhagavad-Gita. There is a verse called Gita Dhyana. In that one, the Lord Himself gave Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna was just a pretext, and through him the entire mankind benefited when Lord Krishna gave Bhagavad Gita to rescue people from daily mundane life, conflicts of the everyday life, and to motivate people to reach their destination, that is self-realization. That's why it is called Om Pardaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayane Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam. In that way, it is mentioned as Advaita Amrita Varshini because it is the essence of all the Upanishads that were summarized beautifully in the form of Bhagavad Gita. The Vyasa, the great Veda Vyasa, compiled this beautifully. Lord Krishna showed Arjuna the universal secret and how to reach this highest state by doing sadhana. The universal soul, that is Paramatma, is the only one that exists, and we're all part of that. And understanding this Paramatma Tattva is the main goal of teachings of the Bhagavad Gita. Sri Shirdi Sai reiterated the concepts of Bhagavad Gita by living, not just by preaching. He showed us how to maneuver this conflict-ridden life. He also showed the means to have a balanced life even in the midst of conflict. So we surrender to our Samardha Sadguru Sri Sainath Maharaj so that we can get his blessings to understand the real meaning of this great scripture and incorporate into our daily life. The great epic Mahabharata praises Bhagavad Gita as Sarva Sastramayi Gita. So it has everything in it. Truly, this is a masterpiece and it is the essence of all the Upanishads. This teaches the discipline that we all need in our lives so that all our ducks are in a row. That's why the saying goes as Gita Sugita, because we are all in one line with the discipline, learning the principles of this life. The Bhagavad Gita teaches us the way of life, goal of life, and how to reach that goal. If we adopt this great scripture as our guide, we do not need anything in our lives. In Varaha Purana, Lord Mahavishnu says, Gita is my abode, I depend on this, and this helps me with my job as a preserver of all the worlds. This is a great reassurance, so we can all follow this. What other words that we need to praise the greatness of this incredible Bhagavad Gita scripture? Mahabharata is called Panchama Veda because it has the essence of all the Upanishads so that we do not have to scramble for the ultimate knowledge. Mahabharata has 18 parvas, that is chapters, and Bhagavad Gita is also compiled in 18 chapters. This came directly from the Lord Himself. So many great minds wrote the commentary on Bhagavad Gita so that we can understand the meaning of it, so that we can follow it. They paved the way for us, and we will continue to travel in the similar path which is time-tested. We'll pray to all those great souls to give us the strength, endurance, and give us their blessings. great people, saints, say that there is nothing that you cannot find in Mahabharata. Everything is available in Mahabharata. Righteousness was given a major role in this epic. Bhishma, Drona, Karna followed the Dharma according to their rules to the best of their abilities, but they were unfortunately on the wrong side of the equation. They were assisting adharma, unrighteousness, and this got them in trouble. In a way, a lot of people think that they are living better and they're good people. We do not harm anyone, we do not expect from other people, and we try to live as righteously as possible. So what's wrong in this? But question is, why do we suffer still? We are crippled sometimes with the opposites of life. That is called dvandvas. We face conflict in our life constantly. And sometimes it's hard for us to decide a certain circumstance is good for us or bad for us. Is it right thing to do or not? To choose between two good things also creates conflict. We're totally disabled and crippled at times with these conflicts. That means we're not perfect or not in balance with the nature. We're not in balance with our surroundings too. We have to know more about this life, and we cannot just blindly follow other people because they don't have a clue about this life, because they're living a materialistic and very good life. It doesn't mean that that's a righteous life. We have to be careful because karma haunts everybody. We can face these difficulties or pains in life with patience only with the right knowledge, that is gnana. So this right knowledge is given to us through Bhagavad-gita only. Mahabharata war took place for 18 days, and on the 10th day the great Bhishma fell to the ground. Then Sanjaya came back from Kurukshetra to King Dhritarashtra in Hastinapura to convey the bad news. That really depressed the king, but he had some hope left. So he wanted to know the whole story and how the war went on. He wanted to know this war from the beginning. And that's how Bhagavad Gita started actually. And there are close to 700 verses in this great scripture. The whole scripture can be divided into 3 segments. First 6 chapters were described as Karma Yoga. The next 6 are called Bhakti Yoga. And the last 6 chapters are called Gnana Yoga. Vedas are also divided into 3, Karma Kanda, Upasana Kanda, and Gnana Kanda, similar to Karma, Bhakti, and Gnana Yogas. No matter how much we are good at performing the ritualistic karmas and pujas, without Gnana, it is difficult to attain the salvation. If we do not know why we're doing the puja, why we're doing certain ritual, what is the meaning behind it, then what could be the use of those rituals? That knowledge is called the yogam. Yogam means merge with the absolute. How did we take birth? How did we come from? Or where did we come from? Why we got caught up in this birth-death cycle? How do we get out of this? All these questions are answered with the clarity in Bhagavad Gita. So now we understand how important it is. The Gita helps us to navigate the conflict-ridden ocean of life. And it also teaches us how we can convert the regular karma, regular action to karma yoga. Once we convert this to karma yoga, then the consequences of that karma don't haunt us, because everything we're surrendering to God. Regular devotion to bhakti yoga, because we have to convert that regular devotion to bhakti yoga. When we surrender with love, devotion, and not expect anything from the Absolute, then it is called Bhakti Yoga. When we do this, we automatically develop proper intellect so that we become eligible to attain the knowledge that is Gnana. When we do sadhana with right Gnana, then we will experience the truth. This sadhana is then called Gnana Yoga. But there are so many obstacles when we travel in this path. So in the last chapters of Bhagavad-gita, we learn how to untangle ourselves from these so-called gunas, sattva, rajo, tamo gunas, and the characters and the vasanas, those are impressions. How to tease the sadhana part of it, how to apply whatever we learned in karma yoga and bhakti yoga. What are the primary obstacles that will not make us approach the moksha part of it? So we can learn all these things in the final chapters of the Bhagavad Gita. Such is the greatness of this gospel of God. Keeping this in mind, we have to incorporate the Bhagavad Gita in our life. With this, we will conclude this satsang. Om Sri Sai Ram, Om Sri Sai Nathaya Namaha, Om Sri Sai Parabrahmane Namaha, Om Sri Sachidananda Sadguru Sai Nath Maharaj Ki Jai.